Now, this is major requirements type. So we have finished with people. Okay, now this is about requirements, yeah? Basically, two category, but there are many others requirements type like system requirements, we have domain requirements, so many else, yeah? But let's focus on these two category only for your project, yeah? Okay, so number one, capability. So capability is more about what it can do, what we can do with it. Uh, so like I have given you the example, the question, what is it about? Yeah. So it can be about functions of the system, meaning that what user can do with the system. Can they withdraw the money, their money, or can they actually submit some application or something? So that are the things what we call functions, yeah, things that user can do with the app. Okay, you have to take note really closely because after this we will have some games, Kahoot games. I'll give you some example and you have to define which of these type, yeah. Okay, all right, so we have another under capability, which is behavior. So behavior is not, it looks like function, but it's not something that the user do or do on the system. Okay, so if user do, then it's function, right? But this one, the system do it, maybe by themselves, maybe automatically, maybe they are instructed to do so. Okay, but that's what we call it, behavior. So behavior of the system, what will they do? For example, if we have sent some application, so the behavior of the system, whenever you have submitted successfully, the behavior of the system is the system will send a notification email to the user, yeah, to tell that they have received the application. Okay, so that's what we call behavior. So that one is based on action, meaning that whenever have something happen, then they will do it. Yeah, there are times where they are instructed to do it also. So it depends. Yeah, but as long as it is done by the software or the system, yeah, it means that it is actually about the behavior of the system. Okay, data. Data simple je. So what data the software can keep? Yeah, usually when we use any application, they will keep our data. Yeah, but it's not a must to have a login. Agree? Yang ni memang tak tahulah kenapa. Our students really love login. Yeah, so no matter what app they do, they build, they will put in login. Please be careful. Not every application need login. Okay? Login is a function. It's a not main function, but it's a good function for security. But it's not a must to have a login. So you have to find out from your stakeholders, do they need to log in? Yeah? Or do they need to keep some data? So whenever they want to get to that data, meaning that they have to log in. So you have to be very careful when you decide for the functions. Yeah? Okay? So data is like if you fill in the registration form online, so that data, yeah, must be kept somewhere, yeah, by the software. So meaning that it's the capability of the software to keep that data, yeah. And if you open back your software, you on it back, then it's still there. It's called persistent data, yeah. We can keep the persistent data. All right, so another is condition. Other than capability, we are talking about condition. Condition means it might be precondition. Yeah, like before you can use this system, you have to download into the blah blah blah. Okay, that's precondition. Or maybe something like you have to submit the application first, then only we can process the application, for example. Or what else? The condition. Or you can put constraint as well. For the password, make sure that you only put in 6 character, including a symbol, for example. So that is a constraint, or something that you put a restraint, yeah, like you must use Python. The developer must use Python for this project. So that is a constraint. All right. So how about quality? When it comes to quality, it usually about something that is good, that must be shown by your app. Yeah, for example, about the performance, yeah, about how they can keep the data, how big, how far they can keep all that, yeah. So does it can exceed up to, I don't know, 10,000 sets of data, something like that, yeah. So when you're talking about quality, normally you will have to find out the measure. How can we measure that quality attribute? For example, if they say, the user said, I want a fast, I want, when I apply the system, apply something in the application, I want it to be really fast. I want to complete that process really, really fast. So for quality attribute, you have to define how fast is really, really fast. Is it 1 hour is fast enough? Tapi janganlah tanya 1 hour kan. 2 seconds, 3 seconds. But of course, it will depend on the developer. So during, it is kind of technical. So you have to get advice from the developer. If, for example, you put, okay, you can download it in 2 seconds. You cannot just write like that. Okay, so you need to get advice from developer. This user asks us to do something like this. So do you think how many seconds that the fastest that you can provide to them? So the developer will advise you whether to put maybe 20 seconds ke, 5 seconds ke, because the developer know what they're doing. So they have lots of experience and they can actually give some suggestion. Yeah. So quality attribute must have some value. Yeah, that you have to decide the value. Because why? Because when it comes to software testing, yeah, later, they need to test whether the requirements has been fulfilled or not. So they need that value so that they can test and see, okay, this is good, this is accessible, this is disqualified, this is what the requirements wants, yeah? So that's what we do during software testing, yeah. So they will use the tester from the testing team, they will use information from requirement as well, yeah. It's not just you complete this requirement, you pass it to the designer, they design, and then that's it. No, yeah. It will go through until development, until the testing. And sometimes you get back your document because they ask you to improve something, get more information or something. Okay? So the process will still go on. It's not just you, once you completed requirement, you're done. No. Yeah, you still have to be responsible. Whenever something happened to the requirements, you need to be responsible. Okay, so are you clear about this capability and condition or not? Any question before we go to the game? Faham? Jelas? Is it clear? Okay, good. Okay, Kahoot time. So give me some time to prepare to set up the game. Yeah.